What up, gamers? So this is probably gonna end up being a super short Genshin video because I don't think that there's a reason for me to end up streaming this. Basically, we've got the final part of the Amidst Snowstorm story. I cleaned up the rest of the event and so on and so forth. But I can't put down my last snowman to get this stuff from my Serena Teapot until we talk to Albedo. From what I've heard, it's not really anything super impressive, but the description does say that maybe there's a little bit more to the unknown secret of what's going on with Dragonspine. So I thought, all right, I'll record it just in case there's something worthwhile. Because I don't want to just start a stream where I would basically just stream for like 10 minutes, which I know I'm pretty late to the punch with this, but frankly speaking, I haven't been playing Genshin that much lately.
Traveler, Paimon.
What up?
I suppose your story is ready.
Okay.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
Right, we're telling stories for some reason.
Paimon calls dibs. Paimon first!
It's story time with Albert.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, the whopper flowers finally took on a human form. Then they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers. To whoever spoke to them, they would ask them questions such as, "Who am I? Who are you?"
But no one would ask, how is Whopper Flower?
If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one bite.
That's kind of cringe.
Truly frightening.
Yes, Paimon is frightening.
What the? You two aren't scared at all!
Maybe I'm really tough. I don't know.
Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own!
In that case, I would add some horror elements in... Wait a minute. I can't actually speak. They turn into that person.
In other words, the whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
That would be kind of cool, actually, but that's not what actually happened in this story. This story just kind of happened, and everything's good now.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family?
Damn. I wish.
Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
It's a good story. Oh, may I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
What future conversations? You mean in a year?
What for? Just to scare people with?
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Okay. What's your story, Alfred?
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts with an alchemist.
A little longer. Oh god. Do you think we're gonna get like a cool cutscene, or do you think that he's just gonna talk and talk and talk for paragraphs at a time?
A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human.
Okay, he's talking about himself.
However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but had not died.
Oh man, that would have been cool if we ended up fighting like some evil, messed up version of Albedo instead of a whopper flower that apparently can mimic human beings.
Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power. He saw all kinds of people on the mountain, including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in among them. Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend, witnessed their affection as they addressed him by name.
You know, honestly, like, as much as I hate Paimon, her story was more interesting. Like, this one just kind of goes on and on.
This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1 and take the joy of his existence for himself.
Is this like the script that the storyboard had behind the scenes? Because we already lived it, dude. I don't need you to tell me this story.
This is giving Paimon the chills. So scary.
No, it isn't Paimon. It was just a whopper flower.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly. He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities and transformed it using dragon blood and alchemy.
Okay, now it's getting more interesting. So there's actually... I thought Subject 2 that he was talking about was the whopper flower, but he's implying that Subject 2 is somebody else, if not another Albedo, and they just ended up transforming the flower. So, I mean, I'm not expecting this story to go anywhere, which is the biggest disappointment of all, because that's just kind of what happens with Genshin lately.
And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1, he also created a third entity, Subject 3.
Okay.
What? There's 3 of them now?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark on both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection.
There was only one extra subject, Alfred. Why are you saying that there's 2 now?
In my view, it was probably a subconscious act, an instinct.
And also, why is he talking about, like, the mark being erased? Because we already experienced all of this and they talked about it.
He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws.
Yeah, we already talked about this.
Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down.
Okay.
The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining.
Oh, okay. Never mind. He's just making it up.
He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity, residence, clothing, sword, name, and friends. People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day to the next.
This is way too scary. Paimon's never gonna be able to trust anyone again.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix. Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person, but found that they could somehow sense he was different from Subject 1.
Yeah, because his neck. Shut up, Paimon!
What's wrong? Are you scared?
No, dude. Like I already said, I lived all of this, and there was not 2 clones of you. There was only 1.
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
We killed him. He turned to a whopper flower, and we fought him like 5 times to get experience and event quest items.
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2 were defective specimens that bore poisonous thorns. In all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen.
Damn, dude. He is, sounding evil.
People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness, they would have to take the gardener out of the picture, using their poisonous thorns.
Okay, now he's losing me.
This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he hid in the shadows and waited patiently. Maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
This is not just a story. It is what we... This was the event. Like, why are they acting like this is a surprise? These are real events. Albedo is trying to tell me the cruel, unbelievable truth. We already lived all of this, and all of this didn't need him to re-explain it. Like, this was all already talked about. It's not like he's giving context to the situation.
That was intense! So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan succeed? Paimon can't bear thinking about it.
Man, like, I'm sorry if I sound super harsh on it all, but really, it's like, I remember, like, when I first started playing Genshin, and you remember when, like, the game would actually, like, show you examples of all of this cool stuff instead of just slogs of text of them talking about it and you having to use your imagination? Like, it's like, bruh, I'll read a book if I don't want to end up, like, it's a video game. Show me things.
Fortunately, Meta is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine.
Yeah, that's so cool and interesting that your story didn't even come to any conclusion.
Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter, just like me. You must beware of all such creatures.
You're not a monster, you're my friend.
I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you.
Different how? I'm a god. You are apparently like some alchemy project.
The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small. As beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny and in desiring to create? Is creation an arrogant act, traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods? If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect, and what purpose does it serve?
How did you feel when you took out the imposter? Did you feel like you were playing AMONGUS?
Nothing special, but...
Yeah, I agree. AMONGUS isn't anything special. It's not fun. I've played it.
whenever I think about it, I feel a twinge of grief.
For killing a whopper flower? Bruh, get behind me, because I've killed way too many of them.
Poor Albedo.
Hello? Traveler? Are you here?
Yeah, we're here.
Hey, is that Amber?
Oh,
Thought we might find you here.
what are you guys doing here?
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, Traveler.
Okay.
Winter camp is nearing its end. Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo. Bye for now.
Yeah, see you in a year when they randomly decide to give you more plot development.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
Oh, so you finally figured out you can fast travel, Amber?
Is everyone ready? Let's not keep them waiting.
Well, that was... Oh, it keeps going. So there is like a full-on Act 3. Alright. See, the thing is, the only reason I didn't decide to stream this was because a friend of mine said, oh, it's just a bunch of talking and then you're done. And it implied to me that it was over nice and quick, but it seems like it's gonna keep going for a while.
Huh? Who is this guy?
That's Joel's father.
Allow me to introduce Yozerf. He's Joel's father.
Okay.
Dad, this is that traveler I was telling you about. The traveler's helped me out loads in the past, and this time we even built a snowman together.
I wonder if his dad is a whopper flower.
Joel has told me everything about you. I can't thank you enough.
I'm glad you're okay. You were only on Dragonspine for like a whole year.
Wow, this is amazing.
Not even in winter attire, but whatever.
Wait a second. Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears away? And what is Pallid doing here?
He's not wiping tears away. He's just standing there.
Pallid is the hero of the hour this time. Go on, Pallid. Tell us what happened in your own words.
Okay. The weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous. Because where there is great danger, there is also great treasure.
Why does this sound so hard to believe?
Because he's lying.
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when I fell down a slope and just started rolling.
Why is he describing this as a story? Like, what's going on? He wasn't a part of our Albedo story contest.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, oh, indeed. Bennett!
Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
Jesus Christ. God, I hate Bennett so much.
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck I've ever had in my whole life. Then I met Yoserv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
Yeah, I still think he's like the Whopper Flower, Subject 3 Albedo was talking about.
Huh?
If not a lie.
Wow! So it was completely by chance then!
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own name.
Oh, yeah, he's a flower, all right. Not that it matters, but...
The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then. So I convinced him to come back to the camp with me and figure everything else out after we got there. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second with this completely stunned expression on his face, and then he started crying out, "Dad! Dad!" That's when Yoserv suddenly started to remember.
Let's kill him.
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not, no, that I cannot forget.
Yeah, sure thing, imposter.
Daddy.
Daddy's right here, Joel. Daddy's right here.
No, he's not.
Yoserf, don't you remember anything else at all?
Let's kill him.
The poor princess? Feeding the foxes?
Attack!
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe it's because of the head trauma. I'm not sure.
I am.
I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to indicate who I was or how I got there.
Because you killed the real one.
I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better, my hunting skills were what kept me alive.
Dad, I was so worried about you.
I'm all right now, Joel. Oh, don't cry. Daddy's not going anywhere. I'm here to stay.
Man, that's so lame. Like, of course they wouldn't end up killing Albedo off and replacing him with a clone. Instead, they replaced, like, whoever the hell this guy is. Like, Josurf.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
All's well that ends well, I guess.
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after running into Bennett on that mountain.
Yeah, Bennett sucks.
I knew it. I just...
No. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into Yoserv on a mountain this huge. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself. Maybe sometimes miracles can only happen when you get just unlucky enough.
Pallet. When did you become such a smooth talker, huh?
Huh? Am I? I was just telling the truth.
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Cyrus, Auntie Eula, and Auntie Amber. Thanks, everyone. You all helped look after me, and I will always remember it. But I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt once it leaves Dragonspine. It's such a shame.
What?
Oh, I can help with that. One moment.
What are you gonna help him with? Just make a snowman next year. Also, what are you doing? Eula? Hello?
Huh? Eula?
Eula? What are you doing? What is this evil look?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will never melt.
Why did you turn to the right? Did you, like, pee and your pee is rhyme?
Wow! Really? Oh, this is awesome! You're the best, Auntie Eula! Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now! How cool is that?
Why don't you just leave it on Dragonspine and then it'll never melt anyway because this place never warms up?
How can I ever repay you all?
By revealing that you're the clone.
Thank you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman. Can we do it now, please?
Oh my god.
Okay. I'll be leaving with Joel now. I'm sure I'll see you all another day.
Very well, very well. It's time for Pallet and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventurer discipline.
Huh? But Cyrus, I think I kind of made up for my mistakes this time, you know?
See you guys.
Oh, I made this for you and Amber. Think of it as a winter souvenir.
Okay. Paimon isn't called Amber, but...
Aw, are you sure? This must be really important to you.
What?
Come on now, just take it. No need to make such a fuss.
Stop trying to push a weird love thing between these two, MiHoYo. God damn.
Wow. Now our snowman won't melt either.
Okay, cool. Thanks,
You're
Eula.
welcome. Just keep it. That's all I ask.
Uh-huh.
Amber and I have some business to attend to now. See you later.
You gonna go dance again?
See you.
Bye.
Everyone's gone. Seems like they've all got their own stuff to do now. Oh, you know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo about how to make a fruit juicifier machine that can keep the juice fresh. Maybe we should try Timaeus again. He does seem pretty eager to please after all.
Wait, we're actually gonna go and check? Okay. Well, before we end up doing that, can I finally make my last snowman? Or do I still have to complete this part of the quest before we can end up doing that? Yeah, it looks like we still gotta complete it. Okay, sure, I guess we'll go and talk to Timaeus. Timaeus always just makes me think of Timaeus Mora from Elder Scrolls and Skyrim and stuff. Whee! Hello, stupid!
Timaeus!
Traveler and Paimon, what can I do for you?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous look on your face. Oh, you're not still thinking about that ridiculous juicer thing, are you?
Timaeus, will you help us?
There's no us in this situation, Paimon.
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a pass. It's just the weirdest request ever.
Yeah, and Paimon doesn't, like, eat anything, so...
No, but Paimon's Sunsettias are gonna go to waste without it.
And the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably pick those Sunsettias again 10 times over.
Yeah.
New research project, Timaeus?
What the hell are you doing down here?
We meet again.
Okay.
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is, Paimon wants a machine that can turn fruit into juice and keep the juice fresh. I mean, surely it's...
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about fruit going bad ever again.
We don't have to, Paimon. This isn't Minecraft. Fruit doesn't expire.
That's impossible.
Wait a minute. Wait, but he had it just a split second ago. Now he doesn't? Okay, kill him. That's impossible. Wait, his neck. Kill him.
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it fresh is more difficult. But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve this. Right, Traveler?
Yeah, sure thing. Uh-huh. Your neck just, The mark is back. Is this a prank?
What about his neck?
What's wrong? Is there something on my neck?
What's that smug look?
From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
No. So it was a prank.
Albedo, you were saying, how do you stop fruit from going bad?
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine, where the snow never melts all year round.
But then Paimon won't be able to eat them.
You could always live on Dragonspine.
No, too cold for Paimon.
Oh man, a Paimon popsicle though.
Or you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to Dragonspine for you.
How would that be a better option than burying it?
But since you don't like the cold, you'd have to send someone else to pick them up when you want them. This is where you come in, Traveler.
What?
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible people doing all the work. Okay then, shall we go with that idea?
Fruit buried on dragon spine will stay fresh for much longer. However, it is also possible that the fruit will sprout and grow into fruit trees. Who knows? Maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard. You can water the trees, add fertilizer, and when they finally bear fruit, you will have some fresh Sunsettias.
Is he telling us that gardening is coming into the game?
No way! The Paimon will have to be a gardener! That's not the goal here.
Okay, no. There's too much, like, breaking the fourth wall with their dialogue, where it literally is either Paimon is MiHoYo making fun of players, not knowing what they want, and then stuff like this, where MiHoYo basically just says, nah, we're not gonna do that.
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
Maybe I'm reading too deep into it, but there's too much dialogue that just feels like internal discussions within the, like, company. Anyways, ... A gardener? I didn't expect Albedo to joke about this. Doesn't he care about what the mock means?
Albedo! Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super sweet Sunsettias!
What?
It bothers you, does it?
You know what? Even if he's an imposter, the fact he's bothering Paimon, I like him.
Of course it bothers Paimon! They are the rarest, super duper sweetest Sunsettias ever! And they're not for you!
Okay, but they're just Sunsettias. I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession. When someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.
Just like wishing for new characters in Genshin, right? Once you got enough characters, you don't want to spend any more money on this game.
Really?
Yeah, really. I'm not gonna spend a cent. I mean, I'm still, I guess, buying the Battle Pass and Welcome Moon, and I'm gonna get Ito, but I'm saving all my Freemos. Okay, it just suddenly whatever. There was still more to that conversation, but... Oh! Okay, well, you know what? Albedo's just standing there in town. Let's just move on. Never mind him. Because I just want to finish this part of the event. Because we got the new event to deal with, which I haven't even touched yet. We're not going to do that today, but it is a thing. Ah, there we go. Okay, this... You cannot do it in your current state. What, walking? Excuse me? I'm just going to throw this thing together. I don't even really care. Let's do that one.
I'll be fine.
Shut up!
But we don't want you catching a
Stop
cold.
talking, Zhongli. Arrangement saved. Okay, so that basically gave me... Now we have the snowman itself. And I guess we can make it in our Serena teapot or something. And then otherwise that was the entirety of the event, right? Oh yeah, there's still stuff I gotta buy out of the event shop. That was the only thing that was missing. Why don't I have more of the currency? What? They're a limited amount. Oh, I didn't even realize the trial trophies. Yeah, okay, so this currency... What? Is this currency just grinded off of the flower boss? Is that the point? Because I thought it was specifically from, like, the challenges, which we've already, like, I already did all of these. So I don't know. I guess we can just grind more off of it. Okay. I mean, thankfully, I don't need any of those air resources, so I don't really care. So, yeah, I mean, cool event to be sure. I'm just slowly, like... I've been playing this game for a year straight, and being at the end game with nothing to do, on top of the fact that I fell in love with this game's story when it first came out. So I'm overly critical towards it now because it's just, I don't know, it's kind of fallen off the deep end and it's not really entertaining anymore because I know that, oh, it's not going anywhere, you know? Like, where's the main story with our sister? Where's something interesting actually happening with Albedo? Like, I don't care if he's got a clone or not, because the story isn't going to end up progressing further than this, or at least it's not going to in a year when I'm like not invested in the story anymore at all. But anyways, I'm just putting context towards my complaints because I know that there's lots of people that come into these videos sometimes that are like completely confused about like where I'm coming from with it. Especially if you're like a newer player where you'd be like, oh, that story was really cool, but it's like I'm speaking from my experiences of playing this game in the main for so long and the main story being really cool. But anyways, that was much longer than I expected it would be. Thanks for watching. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel. I'll end up doing the doggo event, probably end up doing that on stream at some point, but either today or tomorrow, I don't know. I'll figure it out because I still got to do like Spiral Abyss and stuff as well. But anyways, bye guys.